Good morning and welcome back. Today I'm doing another wear test and foundation review of a foundation that I purchased online a few days ago and it arrived yesterday. It's from a company that I didn't even know they did foundations. I thought they were all about the highlighters and lipsticks and so forth. But when I was on the site the other day, I saw that they had a foundation, so I had to buy it. And the company I am doing today is Ofra Cosmetics. If I take it out of the package, then I can show you properly. So, nice packaging. So there you go. So this is the foundation. So it's by Ofra Cosmetics and it's called the Absolute Cover Silk Peptide Foundation. Okay, it comes in 15 shades, I believe. Glass bottle with a pump. So all good. That's what we expect. It is, how much is in this bottle? It's 1.2. It's 1.2 fluid ounce, 36 millilitres. So it's a little bit more than we normally expect. In the UK, it costs £22, and I purchased it from beautybay.com online. And you can buy it in America. Various suppliers. You can get it from the Ofra Cosmetics website. I think you can get it from Ulta, don't quote me on that. And in the States, I think it costs $36.95. Yeah, it's $36.95 if you buy it direct from Ofra Cosmetics. So let me read what it says about this product. So it's called the Absolute Cover Silk Peptide Foundation. 15 shades, ranging from 0.25, which is really fair, to shade number 10, and it goes up in half. So it's 0.25, 0.5, so that's a quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9 and 10. Now when I purchased it from beautybay.com, I was looking for, they do give a description of what the undertone is, and this was described as, let me just get it correctly, I don't want to misquote them. I bought 8.5 and it was described as for cool toned dark skinned, which I thought I was. Looking at this, it looks like it's going to be a little bit light, even possibly ashy on my skin. So I may need to have gone for, not 9, because 9 is warm toned dark skin. So it could have been 10 neutral dark skin tones. That's probably, so I should have probably gone for the darkest shade. But I'll see how I get on with this and see if I can make it work. I've already emailed the company to see if I can return it and get the darker shade, so I'm just waiting for a reply. In the meantime, let me test this one out. Okay, so let's read the information. So the description says, it's a silky foundation that boasts a range of skincare benefits for a seamless finish, designed to nourish the skin whilst diminishing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Absolute Cover Silk Peptide Foundation blends flawlessly over the complexion without leaving streaks or patches. The high-tech formula allows for buildable coverage that remains natural. That's on the Beauty Bay website. Let's have a quick look and see what it says on the Ofra website. On the Ofra website, it says our all-free, so that's interesting, so it's all-free and long-lasting makeup is easy to apply and provides a healthy-looking skin. It consists of 50 different ingredients such as silk peptides and antioxidants for anti-aging results. Absolute Cover provides incredible coverage and will not come off the skin until a cleanser is used. That's interesting. So that's going to be part of my test today, the performance, to see if it fades, melts or separates. Use brush or a makeup sponge. This product is animal cruelty free and vegan. It contains synthetically modified silk peptides. The silk peptide source that we use is a silicone modified protein. Okay, and then it lists all the different ingredients in there. Okay, right, so let's crack on. I've already cleansed, moisturised my skin. I've put a little bit of concealer on and I'm now going to just crack on and apply the foundation. So it's quite liquidy, so use a brush. I'm using this Tarte brush which I got the other day. I absolutely love using this brush. It's so good. I'm going to spray with my Gerrards Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. And I'm just going to say, for those of you, oh, you get a lot in one pump. Did you see that? Did you see what just came out there? So that's just one pump. I'm sure that's going to cover all of my face, really. Depends on the coverage. But for those of you who don't know, I'm in my late 40s. I've got very oily skin, very oily skin, some blemishes, so I tend to look for medium to full coverage, and I like light feeling foundation. So let's see how this applies. Okay, the colour is a bit light, but I might be able to make this work actually, so let's see how we go. Yeah, I think I'll be able to make this work. Right, well, wow, that's all I can say to that. That was one pump. I mean, it was a full pump. That's probably the equivalent of 1.5 pumps, maybe even 2 pumps of most other products. And that has completely covered my skin. It's given a good medium coverage there. The colour is actually okay, maybe a little bit pale, but if I'm looking at my chest, let's have a look. Look down at my chest, you can see it's just a little bit lighter than my chest colour, or even maybe not so much lighter but cooler, so the description is very accurate for the foundation, but coverage is amazing already. I'm going to put a little bit more just along here because this is where I've got most of my hyperpigmentation, just here. But yeah, I'm very impressed with the coverage already. It's almost drying down already. The finish looks like it's going to be sort of semi-matte, I'd say, natural finish, semi-matte finish. So I'm just going to give a little bit more. So spray, and try and be careful of how much I put out here. So just maybe half a pump. Yeah, that's enough. So it's definitely buildable, there's no doubt about that. But we don't want cakey. It doesn't look like it will be cakey, so. Got a pimple there and a bit of dry skin, so it's a bit clingy there. Wow, I am very impressed with that indeed. It looks great. That looks really good. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of setting powder on. Someone suggested in one of my comments before if I should try the to set my face with the Mally Evercolour Poreless Face Defender, which is this product. I haven't got much left really. I've had this for a good couple of years. It lasts a long time. It's something that you can use to blot your face afterwards. So I'm going to try a little bit of this just to set my face, and I'll put a little bit of my normal setting powder on top. Don't know if this is going to be any good, but let's try something. I mean, it's good for mattifying, so you can see straight away there how it's mattifying. I'm just going to put this on my T-zone area really, and my upper cheeks, because that's where I really break out of oil. Okay, so that's that. Right, a little bit of setting powder now. Oh, just for interest, the setting powder I'm using now is the Airspun loose setting powder by Coty. It's very cheap from Amazon, and it just works well for me as a setting powder actually. It's supposed to be translucent, it does pale down your skin, but that does disappear a little bit, so I'm not too worried about that. Right, I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be back to you in a minute. Okay, makeup is all done. This is the finished look. I'm actually quite pleased with how the foundation actually has finished. It's a lovely semi-matte finish. I might be looking a little bit dewy now because I've just sprayed my face with the setting spray. But I'm actually really happy with how it feels. It feels very lightweight, very comfortable. It's a good finish. So really the next test now is just to wear it for the next, what, say 6-7 hours, and then I'll come back and let you know how the foundation has performed. Okay, but at the moment this is it. Very happy. And I will see you in about 6-7 hours time. Okay, take care. Bye. Good evening and welcome back. So I'm going to do my review of my all-day test of the foundation I was testing today, which was the Ofra Absolute Cover Silk Peptide Foundation. And I had it in the colour 8.5. So the time now is, okay, just after 5:30. And I've been wearing the foundation for 8.5 hours, is that right? Yeah, it's about 8.5 hours I've been wearing the foundation for. 8+ hours, definitely, anyway. Right, so I think you can already see how this foundation has done, but I want to give you just a little bit of information about how the day actually went whilst I was wearing the foundation. So when I applied the foundation, it felt amazingly light, it felt comfortable, and it looked really, really good. So I was really happy with how it looked. The colour was a little bit light, so that was the first thing. So the shade wasn't quite right. I think I could have gone up maybe half a shade darker. So that's the first thing. So the shade wasn't quite right for me. But as far as the undertones go, I think the undertones was fine. It was very neutral, which suits me perfectly. What I've noticed as the day went on is that the foundation did oxidize. So it's definitely darker than it was when I applied it this morning. So if you can look past the oil and the grease on my face, I think you can probably see that the shade is darker than it was earlier on today. I'm going to put two side-by-side pictures so you can see the difference between now and earlier on in the day. Right, so that's the first thing. So shade selection and how it's oxidized. When I do my reviews, I look at sort of a few categories. So I'm looking at the shade selection, obviously, so we've spoken about that. I'm looking at the performance, so whether the foundation has melted, faded or separated on my face. I'm looking at the oil control, obviously, so we'll be talking about that in a minute. And I look to see if the foundation has transferred. So I did have to block my face at some point today, so I'm trying to remember what time it was. It was probably about 1 o'clock, because it was after my first audit. So I was there for about 3.5 hours. So that was about 1:30. So it's about, yeah, so it was about 3.5 hours after I'd initially applied the foundation. So I had to blot because my face was very oily and I looked quite sweaty. So that is something I don't normally do. I try not to blot my foundation if I'm testing it during the day, but I really did have to blot my face. I couldn't carry on working with the face as it was. So I blotted, and once I blotted, everything was fine. When I blotted, there was a little bit of foundation transfer on the blotting sheet, so that's something to remember when I do my scoring later on. So since 1:30, this is the condition of my face now. So it's 4 hours later and my face has got quite a significant amount of oil again on my face now. So let's have a look at the performance, shall we? So performance, we're looking to see if it's faded, melted or if it's separated. So I can see straight away that there has been some fading and some separating. So if we look along here, that is pretty bad actually. Look there. It's completely separated along the side of my face there. Hope you can see that clearly. Let's look on this side as well. So again here on this side as well, it has faded. So it's more faded on this side, not so much separate, but this side was definitely separated. You can see it all up here on my temples and down the perimeter of my face. You can still see the blush on my face, and it's faded a little bit up here, but again, during my work I have to wear protective clothing, and part of that protective clothing is a white hat. And I did see, when I took the white hat off, I did see foundation on the rim, so there was some transfer there. So I'm looking at performance at the moment. So my initial score at the moment, because there is some fading and there's definitely separation, I'm already thinking about a 6, 7 on my scoring. But what I'm going to do now is do my oil control test. So that's looking at the seeing how much oil transfers onto the blotting sheets and how much the foundation transfers onto the blotting sheets. So as I said earlier, when I blotted earlier on today, about 4 hours ago, there was some foundation transfer. That one sheet was enough to get rid of the excess oil at the time. So I'm going to do this now. So for those of you who don't know and haven't seen any of my previous foundation reviews, I will put some up here for you so you can see, or I'll link it down below. The worst foundations that I have tested have used about 5 sheets, and they've completely soaked the sheets with oil and foundation. So that's the worst. The best foundations have used 2.5 sheets of blotting sheets. So let's do this. Right, so sheet 1. It's the same brand of blotting sheets that I've used before, just a different colour, in case anyone's wondering. So sheet 1, let's do this. So we've used 3 sheets there. So it's 1, 2, get the third one, 3. That was the first one. On the first sheet in particular, there was some foundation on there, but it hasn't been that much actually. I mean, I can see elements of foundation on each of the sheets, but it's not that much. And it was about the same as the one I did earlier on in the day. So I'm not sure if I should count that as 3 sheets or 4 sheets. Let's have a look. So you can see more clearly here where the foundation was melted and separated, where it's completely gone away from my face. So it's quite patchy on my face in these areas here. And on this side, you can still see the same thing. So faded away here and there. So I look rather patchy at the moment, but there is still some foundation on my face. It's faded on my forehead as well. So I am thinking performance now that I've taken away the excess oil. I'm thinking performance out of 10. I am thinking it's not great, is it? But it's not bad. I'm thinking maybe 5, 5.5, 6. 7, 8 hours wear. I'm thinking about 5.5 out of 10. I think that's fair, because this is 8 hours of wear. It's not 4 hours. Yeah, I think 5.5 out of 10 is fair. For oil control, obviously there was quite a bit of oil there. I used 3 sheets plus the one I used earlier, so 4. So I think for oil control, I am looking at probably 5 out of 10, because even though there was some oil, there was oil on all the sheets, it wasn't a lot. I've seen worse on some of the sheets I've done before. So I think I'm going to give this 6 out of 10 for oil control. And transfer, not that bad actually. It's more faded, again, particularly around the perimeters, but it's still not great because it has transferred definitely onto my white hat, which I was wearing earlier. So I think again I'm going to give this 6 out of 10. So we've got 6 for performance, 6 for oil control, and 6 for transfer. So we're looking at 18 out of the 30. So it's gone over my minimum, which is 15. So it's something I may buy again, may repurchase again. Let's see if I can get a better colour match next time. So I would say this foundation is definitely suitable for those who have got dry, normal, and maybe combination skin. If you've got oil skin, then obviously you're going to have to do what I should have been doing today, and that's probably just blotting my face a bit more regularly earlier on. But on how the foundation feels, at no point, even though I had oil on my face, it didn't feel heavy and greasy at all, which is very unusual when you've got oily skin, because as soon as the oil starts to build up, you do feel really just yucky. And I didn't feel that at all today. I just had to look in the mirror and see what my face was looking at. It is a nice foundation. It feels good. Price is £22. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a foundation for those who have got dry, normal, and possible combination skin. If you can get the right shade, then you'll be fine. You'll be good with this foundation. If you have found this useful, please don't forget to give me a like, and you can also subscribe if you haven't done that already. And if you want to see when I do my next upload, you can just press the little bell button next to the subscribe, and that will let you know when I do my next upload. I've got some more videos coming soon. I've got another foundation on its way to me, which is one by Hourglass, and that's the Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation in the colour Ebony. So I'll be trying that one out, and I'm still waiting for the Ordinary Coverage Foundation to come to me, but I am on a waiting list for that one. Okay, so any comments, any views that you have, if you've tried this foundation, let me know. Just put your information and your comments down below in the comment box. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.